Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got a B-Class Big Series race here for week 10. We are here at Texas Motor Speedway. Gonna go out for qualifying. Running a midday race, so splits a little bit smaller, 19 cars in this. We are car number 8. About a medium strength of field. It's just a little bit more than what my iRating is. But there's certainly some fast guys in here, so I know qualifying-wise I'm not going to be anywhere near the top 5. My hope is just to try to put myself inside of the top half if I can. I just haven't quite learned how to push this car that far on the edge compared to what some of these guys are able to do. So lap 1's just going to be about getting the time in and kind of getting the tires warmed up, and then try to go a little bit faster in lap 2. Overshoot 1 and 2 going to come off a little too high. It's going to slow the lap down some, make sure I get lower going into 1 the next time. Yeah, I don't even know if an 8th place is going to be possible in this race, but we'll just do the best we can. Try to see if I can get anywhere near my all-time best this lap.
6th place. That puts you 0.30 off the leader's pace.
Hit the throttle a little too early that time. Try to keep it from getting too loose off the corner. Lost a little bit of momentum there because of picking up the throttle too early. Let's see if I can pick anything up here in 3 and 4. Fighting the car. It'll be faster than the lap before, but not by much. It's about 300ths faster. Keeps us in 6th place. We'll see if we fall any further. Qualified closer to the top 5 than I thought. My mile-and-a-half game, I feel like it's getting a little bit better. I'm still obviously nowhere near where I want to be, and qualifying pace I'm way off of, but I feel like I feel a little more confident in it, and want to try to see what I can do in terms of, tire saving. I think if we go green, the full 45 laps tire saving is going to be even bigger than it is in ARCA, but it's going to be pretty big. I guess starting on the outsides, not my most favorite thing, but it's not going to be the end of the world. Just have to watch. I'll probably let the 17 go, and I think there's a bit of a gap there between the 17 and the 12 if pace, for qualifying holds to race trim. So if I can do that and slot myself back in 7th, and just kind of ride around and feel everybody out. Like I said, the top 5's full of a ton of fast guys. I've actually run with one of them in a league, so I know the capabilities of one of them, and I can see by the times the capabilities of the other guys. So just gonna do the best I can. We'll get paints refreshed, and then we'll get out on the track. Looks like paints are starting to show up, so we should be pretty good overall. And get loaded in. Again, my big goal is just to try to get out of this race as clean as I possibly can. Put, the North Wilkesboro late model woes behind me, and I guess top 5, because that's improvement from qualifying. But honestly, just 8th or better, and I'll be happy with that. Quite honestly. It's definitely, I mean, a lot of what you do in mile-and-a-halfs, and I'm a NASCAR series transfer here, but it's got some nuances given the fact that the two ends are banked differently, so obviously you can attack 3 and 4 quite harder than what you do in 1 and 2, and the way you get off of 2, especially if you're going to be running side-by-side, you've got to watch a lot more than the way 3 and 4 works, so 1 and 2 is definitely the end. I feel like I struggle a little bit more, although I struggle hard in 3 and 4 just trying to push the car as much on the edge as I can. I feel like I'm just not quite getting it close enough to that edge of the grip level. So underdriving it a little bit, but I'm going to do my best to be a lot smoother on it in the race. Try to get out a little bit earlier to save the right front wear, and hopefully have some pace later on in the run if it's the way the race going to go. If we can go longer runs, and yeah, just try to do what I can.
Weeks in the outside column.
Get ready here. Hey, off of pit road.
Catch up to Weeks.
Uncheck. Oh, as soon as we get out on the track, we'll uncheck the fuel. don't think we're going to be needing that. We've got 2 sets of tires as always, so, you know, caution around somewhere between 12 to 17 or 18 is going to be enough to get us into pit road for tires. Fall off is definitely a thing here. Just going to try to be as smooth and efficient as I can and try to learn from all these guys in front. It's going to be the best thing for my overall progress, as well as having a chance at finishing at least 6th or better. But we're going to get ready to go here. See if the 5 tightens back up to the 7, or if he's going to leave the gap. There he goes. Just going to try to do my best to not spin the tires and get as good of a restart as possible. Wait to see when the 1 goes.
Alright, Jake, nice and neat. Stay out of trouble. Go!
Still just cannot quite time these restarts well enough. Although the road behind us did not get a very good start, so just going to slot in here in 6th right now, ride behind the 5. Take it easy the first lap or 2, even easier than what I planned, just to get the pressures built up and the temps up, get some grip into it. It's definitely a bit sketchy on cold tires, at least because I'm not quite good enough at running it on the edge. Do have session best lap pulled up. And we may end up switching over to session last lap as the race goes on. See, I kind of overdrive 1 and 2 again. Got the 17 blinking behind, that's going to be fun. Got a little too low that time. Just trying to do my best to hang with the 5 and the 4 up ahead without feeling like I'm overdriving the car too much.
31.03. The guy behind has just done a 30.94.
Off the throttle a little bit more and then try to use a little bit of the power to the throttle to rotate the car slightly in the corner, drive it off the right rear a little bit more in the center of 1 and 2.
P6.
Needed to lift just a little bit sooner so I could avoid brake drag and stay off the 5. You can see the brake drag kind of killed the momentum a little bit, so Breeze making his way up may have to let him by if he's going to push that hard.
Fastest lap for lane 30.85.
But feeling pretty good about the pace right now. Car's feeling pretty comfortable. See, of course, how I drive the right front and if the car tightens up too much. 5 drives underneath the 4. I think the 4 might have calculated to let him by. Get a little loose there off of turn 4. It's going to kill the momentum. 3's definitely going to get by. Just going to have to let him by on the inside.
13.83. That was
Take the lump and move on.
Still there. Inside clear.
Really not trying to drive him, just trying to get him by so I can slot in behind him but stay ahead of the 14. Just made a bit too much of a mistake there, 3 and 4. Hopefully didn't heat up the rear tires too much. But we've got 5 down, 40 to go. Really early on, but
P7.
at least we've seen some clean racing so far. Got overdrive 1 and 2 again. Not sure if the 4 is saving tires big time or if he's just off the pace a little bit. Kind of clips the apron, slides up, does the same thing that I did.
Coming up on here.
Try to work by him on the inside here.
Outside line's clear. P6.
Certainly watch for him to come back.
They're on the inside.
Just kind of rolling it in the center of the corner, stay off the 3. Start to roll it back a little bit earlier into 3 just to kind of help save the right front some. See, I'm not driving quite as well, but lap times are certainly falling off a little bit. Definitely overdriving 1. I need to be lifting a little bit sooner and taking a little bit more brake. Just not quite adjusting well enough to the tires as I'd like to. A little loose there out of 4, not anything too horrible.
Okay, Jake, that's good consistency.
Weight off the throttle a little bit longer that time in the 1 and 2. Try not to stress the right front too much. Probably am still abusing it more than I need to be. See the front 4 have kind of pulled away from the 3, but again, they could be pushing a little bit harder. 3 could be in a better tire saving situation and be closing up later on in the run. Slower that time through 1 and 2, but I feel like I'm doing a better job of being kind to the right front. 3's backed it off a good bit, but I'm kind of comfortable just sitting behind him right now. 10 down, 35 to go. Approaching the 1/3 mark.
Place.
At least running where I started. Probably entering a bit too shallow into 3. You can see the 3 starting to pull away a little bit from us. Didn't have a real good entry into 3 that time.
That was at 31.57.
Really trying to wait a little bit longer before I pick up the throttle in the middle of 1 and 2. Leave some of that stress off the right front. 3's really starting to pull away. I think he might be picking up the pace a little bit, so you're seeing where I'm probably supposed to be at in terms of relative pace. Try to be a little bit more consistent with the lap times. Feel like I may be using just a bit too much wheel deflection into the corners. Keep an eye on the gap to the 4. Looks like he's closing back up. May have worn out the right front a bit. Might be starting to fall back. But again, if everybody else is pushing behind, it may not be quite as bad as I think. 0.5 back to the 4.
Your lap time was 31.72.
3 blinks. See when he reappears. Hopefully he doesn't disconnect. I haven't seen him come back, so we'll see what happens. Got back to the 4, closes up just a little bit.
P5.
Now technically 5th because of the 3 disappearing. But be prepared for him to pop back up at any time. And it looks like he's dropped, so free spot that wasn't originally planning on. So I guess the 2 gaps we'll keep an eye on is the gap back to the 4 as well as the gap back to the 17. 4 closes up quite a bit, so does the 17 though. It's 0.2 and 0.8 now. Just need to back corner entry up a little bit, use a little less wheel deflection, try to save what I can out of the right front. Horse just got quite a bit more for me. Trying to be a little bit kinder through 1 and 2. See if the 4 kind of stabilizes or if he continues to catch. Probably need to be driving 3 and 4 a little more aggressive, but really trying to save the car. A little loose there off of 4 allows the 4 to close back up. Do you want it low into 1 weeks? Give it the position since we got a good gap back to the 17. He was going to be pushing hard and was likely going to get by us. We'll fall in behind him here into turn 3. I think it's better to let him push and just follow behind him than to try to hold him off. I don't think he would have, you know, intentionally wrecked me or anything, but I would have used up a lot more tire trying to fight him off, and it would have probably hurt me later on in the run.
6th place.
Just not able to quite get back to the throttle as early as the 4 is. I think that's where I'm losing time to him, but I think he's getting into the corner a little bit better than I am as well. He pushes a little wide through 3 and 4 that time. You get loose again off of 4, it's going to cost me some momentum. Gap's 0.6 seconds back to the 17, so we'll keep an eye on that. Overdrove 1 that time. Yeah, top 10 is going to be what I'm likely looking at. Like closer to a 9th or 10th place finish, honestly. But hopefully somebody's driving too hard later on and they'll lose it, although I'm obviously hustling the car way too much off of 4. 17's able to pick up another 10th on us.
Just done a 32.24.
Just losing my entry into 1 now, just over driving the thing. Move the brake bias back a little bit to kind of get back to the feeling I had more towards the start of the race. Try to do a better job working the throttle off of 4 as well. Able to keep the gap about the same that time to the 17. Yeah, definitely overdriving. Need to use a little bit more brake pressure a little bit earlier. We're going to switch to session last lap. Focus on trying to find some consistency and improvement. Do a little bit of a better job working the throttle through 3 and 4. 17 picks up another 10th, and we're losing quite a bit of time to the 4.
V6.
Like I said, I don't really feel like I've been driving 1 and 2 very well. So I think if I can clean that up, maybe able to keep pace with the 17, unless he's just that much faster. Which is very possible. He's been doing a great job, given what I would have expected out of him. His blinking seems to be a lot better now as well. A little bit of a slide there off of 4 again, just picked up the throttle a bit too early.
Okay, Jake, you're halfway home. Got plenty of fuel.
Picked up the throttle too early there, had to lift, gonna kill all the momentum out of the 2. You're gonna see the 17 likely get the run down the backstretch. If nothing else, get really close to us. Just picked it up way, way, way too early. A little bit slide happy again off of 4. It's gonna kill some momentum. You can see how much the 17 closed up, and the 13's only about a half second behind him. Out a little bit better this time. See if we can gain a little more time compared to the last lap. At least try to stabilize the gap out behind. Be 25 down and 20 to go this time by. Nice to get a good green flag run in here. He's getting really spread out, but
That's good consistency.
this is still a lot of fun. I feel like I'm fighting the track even more than I'm fighting anybody around me. Just battle myself to try to drive as clean as I can. You can see the 4's caught the 5. And I'm still working the throttle way too hard. To the the same thing as earlier in front of the 4, able to somehow maintain control, but 17 and 13 are both going to get by. No choice but to get with those two positions. Just stupid mistake trying to drive too hard on the outside off of 4. Got a little bit of a gap back to the 6. We'll see if he closes up. 13 and 17 are going to go side by side through 3 and 4. Try to get off the corner a little better this time. 0.7 back to the 6. We'll see how that progresses over the next few leagues.
0.75, 8th place. Your last lap time was at 33.1.
I feel like I'm probably on pace with the 13 and the 17. Just have to drive smarter. Three and 4 is going to be the key. Just, you know, not getting the throttle too hard too early, keeping it from rotating. 6 looks like he picked up maybe a 10th on us that lap. Trying to fight the car. 17 got a little loose off of 2 as well. Just rolling the car into 3. Pick it up, try to work. 17 gets loose off of 4. Not quite enough that we can gain on him, but see what we can do because the 6 is catching us as well. So I'd like to get by the 17 if I can, to at least make it an even swap if the 6 gets by us. 17's going to have the run on the outside, just going to stay low, try to get by him going into 3. It's not expecting to run a side-by-side battle like this, but 13 gets a slight tap of the wall out of 4. It's going to slow him down the front stretch. It's going to bring all of us back together. Got the 17 to our outside. Just going to keep working the car to the inside. See if I can try to trap the 17 behind the 13. I think the harder the 17 works the outside too, the more he's going to wear out his tires. 6 is making a big run. He's coming up to join this battle. Able to clear the 17. 6 is going to look to dive into the corner a little bit more. Would say he's done a better job of saving his tires than the 3 of us have. Run here, we'll see what the 6 does. Thirteen gets loose again off of 4. Get the run on him, see if I can go to the inside into 1. It's going to try to do a bit of a crossover. Get the car to rotate a little bit off the corner. It's going to put the 6 on the outside now of the 13. See what they do going side by side into 3. Just trying to do a little better job of working the throttle off of 4 to not lose it. 4 was able to get by the 5.
P6, the gap ahead is now 3.2 seconds.
Don't think I'm going to be able to hold 6th, but certainly going to do the best that I can. We'll be approaching lap 35 the next time by. Biggest key for me is just working the throttle for 3 and 4. Not doing that. Been fortunate enough to be able to save it, but obviously been driving it really bad. Just gotta let the 6 go. Hit the throttle a little too early there in 1 and 2. That was the mistake the 6 needed out of me. I think he's quicker, so he should be able to pull away now. But we're just going to follow him, try to reset. Just really try to work that edge of that grip out of 4. Able to get a little better run on the 6. going to be looking to make any big moves yet. Just kind of sit behind. Kind of size up and see where he's at. Really watch out the rearview mirror too much to see where he was. I knew he had better grip because he could drive in deeper than I could, but just kind of want to feel out lines he's taking, where he's at. If he's liable to make any mistakes, he gets the wall out of 4. Doesn't seem to really slow him down as much as I thought it would, though.
That time was 32.
That could be a mistake to watch if he's going to continue to push it out of the corner. Get a little loose there off of turn 2. 6s as well. I think we're both fighting tires that are definitely worn. I have not helped my cause with the rear tires at all, but obviously have probably torched the right front as well. But it's definitely giving you guys an exciting race.
That time was 32.60.
Trying to get off of 2 a little bit better this time. You can see by not sliding it quite as much how much time I gain off the corner. So far the 17 behind doesn't seem to be a factor, but we'll keep an eye there. You can see the 6 is driving in a little deeper into 3 and 4. I think he's got a bit more right front grip than I do.
Your lap times are improving. This is exactly what we need.
Both fighting the car off the corner, but trying to do what we can. It's likely going to be a battle between the two of us for 6th and 7th, although I would definitely give the 6th the upper hand. I just cannot quite get close enough to get by him, and that's assuming I don't make any mistakes. We're starting lap 40 though, just 6 laps to go.
P7.
A little bit slower off of 2 that time. Pulling away from the 17, which makes me happy. Just focus on the 2 up ahead, or the 6 up ahead. Able to gain a bit more time that time from 3 and 4. Just 5 laps to go. I think we throttled a little too early there. It's going to hurt the momentum off the corner. Get the car into a bit of a slide too. You're going to see the 6 pull away. Just tried to hustle it a little too much. Might be what ends up costing me 6th place. Right, car right on the edge of the grip. Having fun though. 10's working to the inside of the 17 behind. We'll better exit that time out of turn 2. Really having a blast fighting this thing. It's a lot of fun. I think this might be my... I don't know, it's a toss between ARCA and this is my favorite NASCAR series. Just trying to do what I can to close back up to the 6. Certainly doing that, but we're going to have 2 to go this time by, and I just don't know if I have quite enough time to get by them. Clip the curb a little bit there in 3. It's going to kind of hurt the runoff. Just got to minimize those kind of mistakes. 2 to go.
2 laps left.
I'll watch pick up the throttle early again.
Lap times are pretty consistent.
Time a run on the 6 down the backstretch. Was able to get off the 2 a little bit better. Drive to the inside of him in 3. He's going to have the advantage on the outside though with better grip and the momentum. Get loose underneath him, able to save it. We're going to get the white flag this time. Side by side across the line to start the last lap.
White flag, 1 more lap. Still there.
Hopefully I can work my way off of 2 a little bit better. Trying to do the best I can to stay off of him. He's going to get the advantage of the runoff. And he's going to look to cross underneath.
Coming up on the inside.
I had to give it to him. I couldn't really throw the block there. Just going to try to pinch him down, try to get the run off. Oh, I slide. It's going to shove him up the track. I think he got 6th place just by a little bit. Great racing with you. Sorry if I pinched you much off of 4. That was a lot of fun there.
It's all good. It's just right.
Another 5 laps, that would have been an even better battle too. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun at the end. I made too many mistakes, but oh man, we both played that as well as we could. That was so much fun. We made just a tiny bit of contact there in the middle of 3 and 4 in the door, but that was a lot of fun. Take a look at the tires. I want to watch that end. I doubt there's going to be many incidents to look at. Just one person getting incident points, so really a clean race. Obviously, we did 45 laps without any cautions. I'm scared to look at the tires. Yeah, 50-59. I torched those right sides so bad. But oh, what a blast that was. Let's I want to take a look at those last couple laps there. That was so much fun at the end. Do the last like 3 laps. So I was trying to close up to him. I knew I was getting better runs off of turn 2 if I worked the throttle right, and he was getting into 3 a lot better than I was, but I seemed to be closing up a little bit to where like 3 and 4 we were about the same pace, and I was slowly gaining on him in turn 2. So it felt like I just had to keep, right on pace in 3 and 4 and keep doing what I was doing and just not slip off. So this is going to be coming to lap 44, so this is 2 to go. Just trying to get just a little bit lower than him. Get to the throttle a little bit earlier off it too, try to close up. You can see this is when I chose to work. Thought I could get to the inside. Got the run. I'm going to try to take the inside line away into 3 and kind of kill his momentum. He was obviously going to have the advantage with better right sides and the outside run for the momentum. He gets a little, maybe hair loose off 4, not much, but that was going to give him a little bit of better run. So we were almost side by side to start that last lap. This is where I was going to have the preferred line going into 1. I kind of washed up a little bit. We might have net coated, maybe a slight bit of contact there. You're going to see him be smart and cut underneath. He read that play perfectly. And by the time I thought to cut down to my line, he was there, and I had to lift, stay up off of him. We run side by side through 3 and 4. And he's going to get me by about half a car length. Oh, that was such a great battle at the end. I'm sure the 10 was loving watching that, but that was an awesome battle at the end. Even though I finished 7th place, 1 off of where I started, that was a lot of fun. You can see he got me by just under 300ths of a second. That was so much fun there. He did a great job coming up from 15th as well. 17th did a good job finishing 9th place. That was a lot of fun. Just I never had anything for anybody in the front. I torched the tires, but that end race there with the last few laps was 6 was so much fun. Hopefully that was good, enjoyable for you guys to watch from my view as well. So take a look at the results. Hopefully some positive things to see out of that, given that we went incident free. Just a single split race actually. Wow. Thought there was more drivers entered than that, but maybe it's just showing weird. But you can see I actually had the fastest, let's see, not quite the fastest lap of the race. Let's see, how far were we off? About a 10th, roughly. A little over 10th. The 5 had the fastest lap, it looks like, at a 30.799. So again, with these mile and a half tire saving, I try not to ever turn the fastest lap. I just try to, save a little bit better. Obviously, I did not do anywhere near as good of a job in this race as I wanted to, but also didn't help myself by sliding off the corner off of 4 so many times. That didn't help the rear tires at all. So able to gain 0.19, so safety ratings going back in the right direction. Hopefully a couple more clean races, and maybe I can get the 0.4 bump, get back up over to 3.0. And small iRating game. We were car number 8 and finished 7th, so not going to expect a ton out of that. Like I said, it was a 2783 strength of field, so I wasn't too much underneath that coming in. So 37th though, I'll take that back over 2700. So it's gonna be slow gains to make up what I lost for in the late model Open Series, but just keep chipping away at it and take every race as a fresh start. So feel free to leave any comments, any driving tips you guys have, what you do to work on, feeling that edge of that grip a little bit more and running a little bit better and more consistently. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that battle with the 6 there at the end. So until the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.